Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
There have been 2 times in my life with you where we have conversed and it has not been recorded.
Yeah, but were those also for the show?
I think, here's what I'm thinking. I think the one was for the show.
Right.
The other, if I'm not mistaken, was for a birthday celebration.
Oh, true. We did celebrate a birthday virtually together. That is true.
Yes. And the other times we do not talk.
No. I am only on call for your birthday or business. That's it.
You know what? And honestly, I think it works. We text and that works great, but we have lives outside of this and it works. So it's great.
We did it. We're here.
And we just
peak friendship.
peak friendship, peak work spouses. We only exist inside the internet.
Yes.
And sometimes we have mild crises if we see each other on Zoom.
And that's how you should model your relationships, everyone.
And that's showbiz, babe.
That's the secret sauce. So you can.
That's it.
That's all there is.
Yep. That's how you do it, folks. That's how you keep the magic alive.
Yeah.
So, welcome to Keeping the Magic Alive, our new dating podcast.
Okay.
Where we take your relationship issues that you send to us by email and we tell you to pack your bags and move away.
Yes, exactly.
Because we don't actually have advice for you.
Yeah.
Because that's not what we do here.
We're quite clear about no advice. And don't listen to us ever.
Don't fact check us. You are welcome to come to advice for very specific things.
Right.
And it's not about dating.
Yeah.
It's simply about cryptids, shitty relationships that are in the fictional universe.
Yes.
And the Twilight cast and what they are doing now. Hello, welcome to Into Twilight.
Hey.
We're here.
We're here.
We are waiting for our mimosas and hangover eggs to arrive.
Yeah.
We are those people who are podcasting at our brunch, so...
Yes.
You know, please, if you hear some ambient, like, forks and plates in the background, that's, you know what? It's just ASMR for you.
Yeah. If you hear people bumping and grinding to the, smooth tunes of Chromatica, just at a very low volume, that's what's up. We're we're potting at gay brunch. So.
God, one of the first things I will do when the world is safe again.
Yeah. Let Allie go to gay brunch.
Please, God. How are you?
I am good. I had a totally different happy thing, but you saying something about love shows, our love connections, totally reminded me of something I started watching last night.
I'm so excited.
It is My Mom, Your Dad. It is a new show with the whole series already out on HBO Max. So, and if you are long-term listeners of the show and of me, you will know that I've been saying HBO Max sleeper hit for reality shows.
100%, yes.
Only been getting attention for them lately with Miss F-Boy Island. But we know.
Agreed.
We have been in the trenches from the beginning.
Yes.
And this is another example of this wild format of TV shows.
Yes.
In which it is literally just like a bunch of single parents in a house together, just trying a second chance at love, getting little dates, having little experiences, just like getting back into the groove. But what they don't know is that literally next door, their fucking kids are watching them on 7 monitors in their home and making all the decisions for them and guiding them along the way.
Oh my God.
I know. And it's so good.
This reminds me so much of, I feel like there was an MTV reality show that was similar to this.
Yeah, it does remind. It scratches that like MTV itch. I can't recall what it is reminding me
What
of.
was that? There was something. I feel like someone is screaming it at me right now, but there was something that was a lot like this. I am obsessed with this because I think like this is hitting on what we had back in like what was it 2006 to 2008? What caused the recession, right?
Right.
Where,
we used to be a proper country.
where it was like fucking wife swap, right? Where
Yes. Yeah.
But this is like less. This is more. It's somehow more intrusive and less creepy at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my god! All of
And
it's
there's
out?
also like a lot of all of it's out. There's like also fun little twists because everyone's very adorable. But in order for the kids to like sabotage and to like, add a little spice or something, they have to like sacrifice something of themselves. So like one time
body
they like
parts.
no, not okay, someone's been watching Yellow Jackets. I get it, but relax. It's like, at one point they're like, you have to like, in order to like do a group sabotage, you have to like sleep on the floor instead of sleeping in your beds.
Oh.
And one kid who's like a sneakerhead or whatever, who brought like 20 shoes, they're like, you have to sacrifice 5 of your shoes to like mess with your dad or whatever, mess with your mom.
Dollars.
I know, and he's like, I don't trust anyone with my shoes. They could get creased. It's so good, and there's fun little hijinks. And I've only watched a couple episodes so far, but it's all out, and I'm very much enjoying it. So.
Oh my god! One of the best things about this show, full stop, is the TV recommendations for me.
Yeah.
Because we have the same brain cell, and so
Yes. Yeah.
I needed this. I can't tell you how much I needed this in my life. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
I'm so excited to finish this recording and go watch all of it right now.
Hell yeah.
That sounds so good. Holy shit.
Yeah, enjoy. How are you doing, my friend?
I am, as I'm off to say on this show, life is a highway.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't always seem to go.
And I'm just hanging in there, And I think that that's all I'm asking of myself right now. I had a really hard time trying to figure out what TV to bring this week.
Yeah, there's so much on the table.
There's so much, and like TV. If I'm being real, like if I'm being like real road rule, like whatever the fuck that is, like TV has been what's like getting me through right now, because there's some good shit that's coming out right now. Like, I finally figured out how to watch the, like, gay season of Are You the One? And it was
hell yeah.
like, fuck, this is all I've ever wanted. And I was like, damn, do I want to bring Cheer, like, the new season?
Want to get sad for a minute.
Yeah. Because I was like, I'm so excited to watch people break their bones. And then they didn't. And so
right.
And, like, we've already talked about Search Party and Yellow Jackets. And so I was like, okay. What I'm gonna bring to the show, because what I watched like 4 episodes of last night, and I'm really excited about, is what just came out this weekend, which is the Netflix series Archive 81.
Ooh, yes. Tell me more.
I'm so excited about this. So when I first saw the trailer for this, all I had known prior was that it was an adaptation of a podcast, and I was like, ugh, okay. Like, I'm going to lower my expectations.
Yeah.
Because I knew based on the podcast, like, it was kind of thriller based. It was similar. I hadn't listened to it, but I knew it was similar to, like, one of my favorite podcasts of all time, which is The Black Tapes.
Okay.
And so I was like, but I need to lower my expectations, because adaptations of this stuff, and then I watched the trailer, and it was, like, very spooky. Not horror. Very thriller. Like, could not relax.
Yeah. Very
like
tense.
This man who restores, like, broken film. Like, specifically, like, old cassette film. And that is his job, which I knew that was a job, but I had never, like, thought about it before.
Right.
And his job is, like, he's doing this project and watching this woman doing her PhD on the history of an apartment building in New York. And this apartment building has some fucky ass cult shit happening.
Yeah. Great.
And all he knew going into it is that there was a fire in this building and like everyone died. That's all he knew.
Yeah.
And it comes into it that like there's a lot of connections. He has to like do this project like abandoned in the woods, and he's starting to like lose his sanity. Because to do this work he has to be like kind of like underground, no light, like he's not at his best
Right.
with this.
Yeah.
And I'm only like four episodes in. There's 8 episodes, and the way that it's shot is like James Wan got his dirty little hands on this, so it's like
of course,
very,
yeah. That's sicko.
It's not for people that are like not like blood and gore. It's not that. It's very thriller.
Yeah.
It's very like you cannot relax while watching it, which is one of my favorite kinds of spooky things to watch.
Yeah.
And it's and I don't know how they did this with a podcast, but like it has 2 simultaneous narratives happening at the same time,
Ooh.
which is very cool.
Yeah, that's very fun.
So I highly recommend it. I did not anticipate something being translated to film so well.
Right.
And weird pull, because I don't know anyone else in the cast, but one of the side characters is one of the cops from Orange is the New Black. He was like one of the like sexy cops. I hadn't seen that dude in like 8 years. But now he's
sexy cop.
it was weird. He's like thick now. It was like I was like, I recognize your fucking face. Like, who are you? Anyways, highly recommend it if you want it. It's giving me what I missed about Midnight Mass, but less like animal death and gore. Like,
and just straight up, yeah.
But
tense.
A lot of the like cult and like narrative that's there, which is really cool. So
all right, yeah, for
love
sure.
it.
Sounds
Very
awesome.
opposite
And yeah,
spectrum.
2
but I like
moods.
it.
And
Yes.
Netflix, if you're interested in adapting any podcasts, we can be bought.
We can be bought.
Don't know how it will work, but that's your job, I think. So,
But also, Netflix, we can work on other hey,
that's also true.
We've got voices for radio and we've got faces for TV.
Also,
So,
treat your gay people better. So,
for real.
while we're
Netflix,
here,
let's talk.
while you're listening,
Make your captions better.
yeah. Oh, we could so many things we could say. Come on.
We've got fucking notes for days. We have a couple current events. Not that many, but a few.
An interesting bunch, I would say.
Yeah, the first of which is streaming service related. Would you like to start us off?
Yes, let's just keep the streaming ball rolling while we're here. We are often topic on this show is where the fuck can you stream Twilight? Because the answer seems to change quite rapidly.
And I feel like we have to know that answer. It is part of our job.
Right. We have to purvey that news to you.
Right.
Because otherwise, there's no way for you to know. It's
Correct.
impossible to know.
Because it changes all the time with the wind.
Always.
With
Like the
moon.
wind. But we're here to tell you that starting literally on the day that we're recording, and by the time you're listening to this, it is on Peacock. Everyone's favorite streaming service, Peacock.
Just the easiest user experience.
Yeah, no complaints. Everyone loves it.
Yep, has a great UI to be able to navigate.
It's really
no
easy to
problems.
figure out which is free and which is not free.
Yep. Now, here's what I'm saying. We can be bought. Peacock,
Yes.
'cause I'm fucking looking at you.
Sure.
If you don't already have this streaming service, is this the reason to get it? I can't make that decision for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm one of those, I get it for free because of my internet provider, so
Yes.
I will never pay for this.
Right, exactly.
On my own volition, you know?
We will eventually be referring to the streaming service because they are adapting Vampire Academy, and that is on Peacock.
This is true.
But we can't make that decision for you.
Yeah,
And
so-
also, like, you know, you can use your money however the fuck you want to. And
Yeah.
I don't care what streaming services
You
say.
can dust
Share
off
your
those
passwords.
DVDs, baby. You can just go back to those DVDs that you have, you know?
Listen, I refer to those DVDs more than I expected to over the past decade, so...
So, they come in handy. A physical media, y'all, been saying.
That's true. I feel like Cody's main platform is
Right.
physical media.
Because this is a prime
important.
example. This series
I
is
agree.
going to be on every streaming service every, year, 6 months, something like that. Going to bop around until Lionsgate makes their own fucking thing at some point. And,
Or they get bought out by someone.
or they get bought out, whatever. But those
Yeah.
DVDs are forever, baby. It's like, you know.
You are not wrong. I am in complete agreement with you.
Yeah.
Every week I feel like it's just
annoying. It's very annoying. Yeah.
I feel like there's someone at Lionsgate who was just holding out and not willing to sell. And they're also not willing to commit and get into the streaming service game. And it is absolutely obnoxious.
Yeah.
And it just fucking pisses me off. Anyways, we have a little bit of couples news / Robert news.
Yeah, potentially Robert news. We have some investigative journalism we need to do.
Yes, and you brought this to my attention, so I would love if you shared this with the class.
Yeah, so Robert potentially is doing some shit, as he is
He's
wont
always
to
into
do.
some fucky shit.
He's always into some fucky shit, partying with Leo multiple times on his birthday. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like, you know, Rob, he's always on some wild shit. I think he may be on some weird red pill shit eventually. Who knows?
Always.
I don't know. I'm scared. But apparently he may or may not be partying allegedly be partying with a new couple, Kanye West and Julia Fox, which I am not going to get into that at all.
I have watched so many TikToks about for some reason my algorithm thinks that I'm interested in the Kardashians and their family, and I am. Is the answer.
Yes,
because
correct.
I love these 60-second video essays about them.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't paid attention, I don't follow any of this family. I don't care, but I love the commentary about it.
Yes. The people on TikTok doing the Kardashian work really are top tier.
When they figured out Kylie's pregnancy last summer, I was so in it.
Yeah. Like, invested.
Kanye and his newest doll to play with, Julia Fox.
Yeah, Miss Uncut Gems herself. Met like what, 2 weeks ago, and allegedly they have watched the movie Zola twice in that time. One of which with a group of people, including the two of them. And this rap sheet is just bananas to me.
The weirdest bingo sheet I've ever seen.
I am scared, almost as scared as Leonardo DiCaprio's birthday party guest
Honest
list.
to God.
We got Dave Chappelle, bad start. Marilyn Manson, bad second. Naomi Campbell, hello? What?
Hello?
And then this is all Julia Fox describing this. In quotes, the actor from the new Batman. So
Which could have been anyone,
could be,
but
I think
is
it's
not
wrong.
working in Rob's favor.
No. Cameron, cool, great.
Great. This is the wildest thing. Here's what I'm going to say. I've watched a couple TikToks about how Kanye West shapes his bow of the moment.
Yes.
And it's utterly fascinating to me. It's terrifying, but it's fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm also just potentially interested in these two meeting during Venus retrograde, being together during Mercury retrograde.
Yeah.
That's just a personal interest of mine.
Sure.
Was Robert there? What did Robert stay? Watch Zola.
Yeah.
Because the thing that I love about this interview too is that, like, Julia Fox was convinced that everyone that was there was not, she was like, there's no way that everyone is just going to stop during this party and
watch
this movie.
Zola.
And yet, according to her, like 30 seconds into this movie, everyone shut the fuck up and like watched the whole movie.
Yeah.
Which is the power of Zola, you know?
Right.
But I just want to know, like, Robert's perspective on this whole situation, and we will never know, and that kind of haunts me a little.
And, like, what are the alternatives if it's not Rob, right?
Was it the guy who's playing the Riddler?
Like, is it Paul Dano?
Is it
Mr. Colin Farrell?
If it was Colin Farrell, I would shit my pants.
That would be so funny if it was Colin Farrell and she was like, yeah, the guy in the Batman movie.
Julia Fox having the utter gall to be like, oh yeah, Colin Farrell, the guy, the guy from the new Batman.
The guy. Also, a potential wild card here, if it's not either of them, it could be Mr. Barry, I don't know how I'll say his last name, Keoghan. He's the guy in Dunkirk with the face, with the, like the very, like, intense jaw situation.
Yeah, no, I got you. Here's my other thing. I think she could have been talking about Robert Pattinson. I think she could have been talking about Paul Dano. Yeah. I think she could have been talking about Colin Farrell. My other last choice is that she could have been talking about J.K. Simmons.
Oh, fuck. That would be so funny. God.
And any of those is still the funniest answer from Julia Fox.
Yeah.
Being like, I don't know men.
Yeah, no. I know he is in the Batman. That's it.
Yeah. So, God bless her and her journey. So
yeah, we love to see it.
Yeah. They're wild. So, we have a question here. This is a great question from one of our patrons, Mickey. Thank you.
Thank you, Mickey.
Who asks, hi, everyone. Do we know if the pod will now be doing the full Vampire Academy series, or after this book, do you think we'll get another chance to vote on another series?
Ooh.
And I think this is a great chance to update folks on, like, hey,
what's going on?
What are we doing? What are we doing after Vampire Academy? Where are we at?
Yeah.
With stuff. When we voted last summer?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Time is fake.
It's been years. The vote was for Vampire Academy. So that's where we're at.
Yes.
But that does not mean that after this, it will not be another chance for folks to contribute thoughts and feelings. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and honestly, like, we're on the third book of 6.
These books are so quick, so it's
They're
easy to like it'll be like going through 3 books of Stephenie Meyer's concoction. Yeah. So it'll be a good time to like have a little poll situation, add some things to the pot, Yeah.
So I think that it is we always see the suggestions that folks have, and I think that is always helpful to see what is going on, what kind of vampire adjacent crappy relationships do you want us to look at next? Mm-hmm. What kind of cryptids are y'all interested in? Which we do get more cryptids potentially in these upcoming chapters.
Hey.
But just keep us updated, and we will be doing more votes after this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We have a backstory email here that I'm very excited about. It is titled My Haunted Past.
Ooh.
From one of our listeners and also recent Patreon supporter, Katya.
Ooh, hello Katya, welcome.
Welcome. So this says, hello friends. I hope y'all are doing marvelously. I'm a longtime listener, first-time writer, and recent Patreon supporter as of 2 months ago. My name is Katya, like the drag queen, and you are free to say it. Today, I've got a Twilight backstory for you. Cut to 2006. A fresh-faced 15-year-old me enters the hallways of high school for the first time. I am ripe for the picking and ready to learn. I meet some nice new people in my English class, and we decide to have lunch together. During lunch, they tell me about this book they're all reading called, you guessed it, Twilight. They're obsessed. One of them offers to let me borrow her copy, and I say yes, desperate to be loved. And I read it all that very night. I was hooked. Fast forward to 2008. My friendships with those girls had died down, but my love of Twilight hadn't. I'm spending all my free time either on Twilight fan forums or on Jonas Brothers fan forums, a story for another podcast. And my room is covered in Twilight and Jonas Brothers posters. I have a small paper bag filled with pictures of Robert and others that I cut out of magazines to keep in what I called my, quote, hot men bag. And all I do is spend hours scrolling the internet trying to find more. One day, I met a girl in one of the Twilight chat rooms, and I immediately clicked with her. She and I became fast friends, and I decided to venture out on our own and start a Twilight website together. We name it Twilight Thirst.
Oh, yes.
On this website, we discuss things such as new photos that were released of the cast and the soundtrack's Billboard debuts. We are in a round-the-clock Twilight newsroom, and this is where it gets weird. During one of our hundreds of Twilight rewatches, my friend notices that Emmett is holding the now infamous bag of eggs. Until then, this bag of eggs had not received any media attention, and there was no discussion about it on the internet that we could find. So we posted a screen grab and opened the discussion forums. And boy, oh boy, did that hit. Yes, friends, we, as far as we knew, broke the story of Eggman.
Oh my god.
I wish I had screenshots to prove this, but I lost them all to a Yahoo mass deletion several years ago. I mean, who would lie about being 17 and running a Twilight website? Even if you don't believe me, I hope this story brought a smile to your face. Love the show, Katya.
Katya. Journalism.
Journalism is what keeps this world alive, you know?
Oh my god.
First of all...
Bringing light to the darkness, you know? Democracy dies in the darkness, Katya, so...
First of all, Katya, can we please circle back to your hot men bag?
Yeah.
Where did you take this paper bag with you? Why was it portable? Why?
It had to be on the move. You never know when you need it, okay?
Right. I feel like this was a fantastic manifestation tool, and I appreciate your abilities. I also, this is another reason, you know, why Yahoo must be stopped. I can't believe that they took
this away from us.
This is unbelievable. I thank you for your work. Thank you to your friend for your important journalism.
Yes.
And I wouldn't call this haunted at all. I think that this is critical.
Yes. You are in the fabric of the Twilight story.
Yeah, you are historical. This is incredibly important. You should tell everyone that you meet this.
Yeah, we got to get you your flowers while you're here, you know? You got to, bask in the glory.
Katya started the Eggman, whatever your last name is, for privacy.
Yes.
This is incredibly powerful. Thank you so much for sharing this. Holy
God
shit.
bless.
God bless. When we last discussed this book, the series, rather,
yes,
we finished up Frostbite. Miss Rose was going through it.
Yeah.
She was struggling a little bit.
Down astronomical, one could say.
Having a lot of trauma.
Yeah. Saw her friend died.
Got a tattoo for it, though.
Got a cool, sick tattoo, though.
Yep. And also talked to Dimitri, was like, hey, we both love each other, right? But still can't be together. Cool. Love that.
Great. Everything's sick.
Everything's sick. And that's essentially where we left off. We know Lissa's still staying on her meds. Adrian's an adult, but is coming to a high school academy. Where are we starting off with this new book? Shadow Kiss Book 3.
Shadow Kiss, baby. We're here. New book. New us.
Me. Yep.
And new Rochelle, one could say. Because
new Rochelle.
She takes a little bit of a departure from the last two, in which, those first two books, obviously the sequel has a huge sequelitis situation going on, where the first bulk of it is like, let's just recap everything that happened. And kind of just...
Especially for, like, the first 50%.
Right. And just, like, keep things a little cool, calm, and collected until shit hits the fan. Right. We do a little switcheroo here, and we're hitting the ground running a little bit in these first two chapters, which is nice.
Yes. Because you get a mistake, right? Like, someone could accidentally pick up a second book.
Sure, yes.
And be like, yeah, I'll just skip the first one. That's harder to do with book 3.
Yeah, 3 is a little harder. And we still get a little bit of recap-y moments that are like, oh, here's how Moroi work. It's like, okay, we get it. But other than that, we're getting some new shit here.
Not as insufferable.
Yes, totally. So Rose is having a little hot and steamy moment, it seems.
Just right off the jump.
Right off the jump, it is sexy. It is horny. There are hands moving on hips and curves. There's kissing. It's happening. And then she's like, uh-oh, this is Christian. And I am in Lissa's brain. Fuck. Damn it.
I don't even like this dude. I don't even put up with this dude.
I don't even like this guy. I don't want to be having fake sexy time via Lissa. No, thank you. Okay? Get me out
Lissa,
of here.
Cool. Christian, fuck.
Yeah, right. Lissa, great. Would love that. Christian, no. Ew.
Damn it.
Gross. No. And she's just like, this is not Dimitri. Get me out of here. She, wakes up, finally breaks free from this sex prison she's in. And then she's like, wow, times sure have changed, Lissa's nightmares used to wake me up, but now it's her fucking sex life. Boo.
Now she won't get her shit together.
And now she is so horny all the time. God.
So she does like anyone else would do. In the middle of the night.
Yeah. And just
leaves.
Tries to escape. And just actually leaves. And it's like, hey, I know escaping here is pretty hard, but also it's literally midday, which is nighttime for vampires, and nobody's really around. There's like one guard who's just reading some magazines or whatever.
Trying his best to not fall asleep.
Yeah, trying so hard to just stay awake. And I can just skirt around and leave and go outside. Pretty easy. Not too hard. You'd think after all the shit that happened, there'd be a little bit more security inside. But hey, that's neither here nor there.
Try.
You think.
After
mass murders.
High schooler just died, but no.
And kidnappings and whatever. Which all resulted in people leaving the academy, whatever. Or leaving an enclosed space, whatever. But no, that's fine.
Nope.
And Homegirl is cold as fuck because she's not wearing any proper gear, and it is winter outside.
Yeah, she's in like a robe and cloth slippers.
Yeah,
and it's still
not
winter
prepared
in Montana.
Yeah, it is quite literally Montana, so not great. And she's just like huffing and hawing, trying to like not think about Lissa and Christian doing the nasty, whatever, and just being like, you know what, this sucks, and like. It sucks that she leaves. I'm just gonna walk in this, and like it sucks for me because I have to keep all my feelings to myself because nobody will understand my things from Dimitri. But Lissa just gets to invite me to her sex dreams unintentionally, and that's fine. I'm supposed to be fine with that. Whatever. And then, Dimitri's there. Hey, speak of the devil.
And she's absolutely shocked by this, as if this man is not, like, he's not head of security, but as if he's not, like, number 2 of security.
Right. He's like big dog on campus, like, he's out here patrolling.
Because he's wearing a big dog shirt, too.
Right. Yeah, one thing Rochelle doesn't really go into a lot of detail on here, but we know, as
underneath
very
that
smart
duster,
readers, is that he is always wearing a big dog shirt.
yeah, it's like, and it's weird because when you think about like big dog shirts, they're usually like oversized. No,
Right.
underneath that duster, it's a really fitted big
Yeah,
dog shirt.
it's almost like a crop top on Dimitri because he's just so large, you know? He's just like a big guy.
What the fuck I would give for that?
Yeah, if anyone wants to draw fan art of that, please.
Oh.
I would love that.
Just him with his like $1 Western novel.
Yes.
And like a crop top big dog shirt of just some dogs playing poker.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I need it. Oh,
That honestly, peak of masculinity right there.
yeah. And so Rose is like, oh man, you caught me. I was just testing security. And he's like, I am security. She's like, all right, well, test finished. Good job. You did it. I'm going to go. And he's like, no, you are cold. And why are you here? We need to talk.
You are standing in slushy ice. Why are you in a robe? Why is your hair not brushed? Who are you? Like, what is happening?
What's going on? And she's like, you know what? I have changed. Things are different now. Okay. I've grown. I've had to kill people. So
So,
I'm different.
what about that?
All right.
This conversation about her birthday list, because she's counting, right? She's like, I have 31 days before I turn 18.
Yeah. I am just waiting.
Which is, the opposite of Bella.
Yeah.
Being like, oh God, I found one gray hair.
Right.
Dead. Is this conversation about the birthday list feels a little off for Dimitri. But it's fine.
Right, because he's
Also,
still just being like, oh, you're like a kid, you know? Like, what do you have,
Yeah.
like a 10-page single-space birthday list? And she's like, actually, I have a very bad, like, relationship with my mother and my family, so that doesn't seem like something in my character.
Yeah, like, maybe I do want an iPod, Dimitri, which rip.
Right.
But what I really want is you, and I can't say that, so
Right.
Yikes.
So,
So,
guess this
gotta
conversation's
go.
over. Yeah, right.
yeah. It seems like they weren't able to really have much of a conversation, though, because...
Right. And then Dimitri's like, all right, let's just get you warm and inside.
Because you're
but
not supposed to be here.
You're not supposed to be here, so let's not get you in trouble. And then immediately, that is curtailed by, what's her face? Miss Alberta. Alberta coming in through the
Head
rear.
of security.
Miss Security. Being like, Dimitri, we gotta talk. And he just, like, throws Rose out and be like, just hide there. Just don't let anyone see you.
Into holly bushes. It's like,
Yeah.
I care about your safety, but not enough to get you scraped up. So,
No.
move.
So just get out. And they have this fucking conversation about a trial.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Which is a good update for us.
Yeah, we love...
did not know about where Victor was.
Right. And apparently still just been just chilling, you know, and not being on trial for anything as of yet. But it is happening. And Dimitri has to be there in some capacity.
Yeah,
And-
it was wild that there was a part where even Rose said, like, this is a supernatural world, and yet they have the same judicial system
Right.
that, like, the regular world does.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
But I do love a, like, little procedural moment. I love, like,
For real.
I love this flavor for this series. I think that would be fun. I'm into it.
Yeah,
Love
give
to
me some Search Party Season 4. Give me in front of
Absolutely.
a court.
Yes. Give me some My Cousin Vinny with
Oh.
Rose just yelling.
Because that's the thing that's so fucked up. Like, I understand why Dimitri was like, well, I'm not going to take this super powerful wizard and
Right.
bring you and Lissa in front of him.
Right.
But also, they are two witnesses. Why would you not?
Right.
Why
That
would you
feels
not
like
have
bad
them
on
there?
your part.
I agree. That's bad. That's bad court, right?
Yeah, you did a bad court, Dimitri. Sorry.
There. Right.
That's
Bad
bad
job.
justice.
I agree. especially because of the fact that Alberta kind of hints at this, and Rose obviously overhears it,
Right.
that there's this a non-insignificant part of this where Victor could just be let go.
Right. There's a very good chance.
And Rose wants to do everything that she can to stop that from happening.
Right.
Especially now that she knows that Victor isn't the only one who is going after Lissa. There's also...
It's a whole thing.
She knows that Victor could very easily, like, team up with the Strigoi and come and end that family line.
Yeah. So,
no good.
No good. Yeah, Dimitri's like,
Dimitri,
sorry,
though,
it's out of my hands.
whatever.
It's not my decision to make. Me. And she's like,
Yeah, I'm definitely not,
people
like,
listen
super
to you,
powerful.
though. God. Like,
Yeah. Oh, God.
and we
Anyway.
get this very sad scene leading into the next chapter.
Oh, yeah, because he, like, tosses her the keys, which, cool. Didn't
Right.
know that you trust her that much.
Guess that's okay. Sure.
Because he's like, fuck, I need to go deal with the schedule thing with Alberta. Just, like, will you go inside, please?
Yeah.
Like, I can't be here.
I can't have you die of frostbite. Especially
Yeah.
not in the book. That's not named frostbite.
That's not... Yeah, that's not
Sorry.
labeled that.
So, that's not allowed.
Um,
And she,
And
goes out and opens the side door and then sees a vision of Mason.
oh!
Like, come on. Are you
This
for
is-
real?
This
Rude.
is fucked up.
Fucked up and cruel.
It is. Especially when the next chapter starts, she's describing him kind of like, I think she says like a photograph that someone's left out in the sun.
Yeah.
So it's like really,
Like,
like,
super faded.
transparent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is spoopy.
Yeah.
And then doing the worst thing, right? Where he's like opening his mouth to try and say something and can't. And then trying to like extend his hand towards her. And
And he looks so sad. And
So
Rose is
sad.
like, I can't do this. No.
no thank you.
Uh-uh.
And what's fucked up, right, is like if this had been when she had like first woken up,
Yeah.
right? Like even when she had initially woken up and like gone into the bathroom to like put water on her face, I could have believed it being a dream then. Because she's like still kind of there. But she is like aggressively awake
Yes.
right now.
Yeah.
Could
Bitter
not-
cold.
could not be more.
Yeah, could not be more awake.
Could not be more awake, and also is like alert
Yes.
because of what she has heard and like was talking to Dimitri about.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I've been out in the cold for a really long time and my body is starting to shut down. She's like, no, like adrenaline's pumping. And so what's hard about this is she's like, well, obviously, like I don't believe in ghosts, so
Right. I believe in a lot of shit, but not ghosts.
yeah. So I love that she like draws the line there of like, well, obviously, like, I need to put this somewhere else because I can't think about this. Like, I have to draw my line, and my line is I don't believe in ghosts.
Right.
But I think that very similarly to what we saw with the last one, with the last book, and then what was kind of hinted in the first one as well, right, is that, like, Rose has been touched by death, and
Right.
now she's seeing, like, she's had her first, like, experience with it, and
Right.
so what if she is kind of getting a chance to see into the other side, right?
Yeah.
But she's like, no, that's obviously like nuts.
Throwing that possibility away. That's definitely not it.
I don't have the mental capacity for this, and also like I have a big day tomorrow, so I need to get some fucking sleep.
Yeah. It's the big day. And
It
that is
the day.
trials, baby.
Hell yeah.
This is where all the, cool guardians in training get to, for 6 weeks, fuck around and not go to class or do their shit, but just be on guard duty for real.
This has got to be the best
Yeah.
for seniors, right? Like, you're essentially doing, I mean, you're on field experience. Like,
Right.
they see it as like yeah, this isn't hard work. We're doing the part that we want to. We get to pretend like we're real adults now.
Right. And just protect our people, you know? And go to
and she's
walk
like,
in the class and do little simulations of fights.
And especially for her, not for other people, which we'll see in a second, but like
right.
for her, she's like, yeah, I just get to hang out with Lissa.
Yeah, I got my day one, like, you know?
Right. Like, I get to hang out with my bond babe and just chill out, and they want me to write, what, a half page? Cool. Like, I got this.
Easy.
It'll be great.
Done. So sick. Then we get Eddie up in here.
Oh.
Who's still just barely breathing, you know?
I love him so much.
But he's here. He's, you know, feeling a little better post-kidnapping, post-being the literal sacrificial lamb.
He has all his blood back.
Thank God.
He is not being drained anymore. Thank God.
And he is, like, so nervous about his pick, because he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna get someone cool. Sometimes, like, all the royals are just, like, annoying, you know? Like, I want someone that's cool.
One of the things I love about the way that Rose describes Eddie in this is she's like, yeah, like, he seems like he's back to himself, like, he's quick to smile and laugh, but he has, like, a darkness to him now.
Yeah.
And she also says that she thinks it's kind of funny because he's not, like, stalking Rose, but she's noticed him trying to keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cute because,
very
like,
sweet.
Eddie, you can't do anything.
Eddie,
you can't do anything, but, like, he wants to.
He wants to so bad.
This is what I always wanted from Mason.
Yeah.
And he, for very clear reasons now with his character, like, wasn't able to be. And I think that it's very sweet that Eddie is like, I couldn't help. I was like, for reasons that were out of my control.
Right, yeah.
I was, like, fucked up, and now he feels like he kind of, like, owes his dead friend to, like, watch over Rose. And that's the cutest shit I've ever heard.
It's so sweet. Eddie.
But anyways, yeah, he's like geeked because he's like, and I think it almost feels like the first time Rose has ever thought about this is like, Rose has known forever that Lissa is who she's got for her job.
Right.
And everyone else doesn't.
And everyone else is like,
oh, shit.
You know, trying to, like, go up to, like, all the royals and stuff and be like, hey, and just, like, be like, put on the charm or whatever. But she's like, I never had to do that.
It's like the first day of Big Brother.
Yes.
Or, like, Survivor.
Right.
They're trying to, like, make their alliances.
Yes. Right. And she's like, nah, I got my girly. So.
It's obvious who I'm gonna be with.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even think to... What? Because why would the school fuck with that?
Yeah. We've done nothing to make them not like us.
Question that.
As a group
Right,
before.
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
So when they do their selection...
Yeah.
And I love how much they talk about, like, you had this packet that you were supposed to read ahead of time. And now when you get your assignment, you're going to get another packet.
Right.
And the way that they talk about it is, like, when you get the name of who you're going to be a guardian for, this packet includes not just the Morroy's schedule, but apparently includes, like, a dossier of their past.
Right, like their whole backstory.
I want to know, I would give my whole life to know, one, how they get that information.
Right.
One, or two, who writes that up, and
right.
three, what's included. Because...
Yeah, I want to know who the crypt keeper of all of, every vampire's family secrets are. Because they, like, go very specifically, it seems. And I think it's just one person, like, shoveled in, like, a like a library being like, all right, and this is what this person's whole dark backstory is like, and what you need to know, and what could play out for you.
Because when we get, like, a summary of what's on the, like, sheet that says Morroy passed, it goes in. And so now I'm like, how did they find out this stuff?
Yeah. Also, vampires love paperwork, huh?
They do. They love to waste paper.
Interesting.
Because in the movie, we saw that they use technology, so why aren't these on, like, iPads?
Right.
Why aren't these on tablets?
Where's the Google Glass?
Oh my god.
Here's how you
For
fight
real.
better.
Yeah, it just seems like it'd be easier to be like, I'm going to send all this stuff to your phone.
Right.
Like, here's a paper copy of your schedule
Yeah.
that you have to keep around. Also, here's a practice stake that you have to like, it's just so much that they're just like unloading on them.
Yeah.
And it's like, you need to keep all these papers with you, but also be ready to fight to the death at any point.
Yeah.
Just like, no. Anyway.
So it comes time to announce the pairings. Because they talk about, like, what to expect. And Rose, like, tuning out. She's like, I know this. I've done this. I got this.
I've
lived
done
this.
Yeah, can I go?
So, like, just give me my girl and let me walk out of here. This is boring as shit. Okay?
Right.
And so we get some names. Nothing super important.
Interesting.
Nothing interesting. Until Mr. Eddie gets Lissa. Bum, bum, bum. And Rose blacks out. She, like, her eyes are just, like, washed over.
She sees red.
Yeah.
Eddie is panicking.
Yeah, Eddie is so scared because he's like, we just had that good talk. I think we're good. You were really helping me out there, and uh-oh. That's
And
your
now
girl.
I have your girl, and I don't... There's a part later on where he's like, I can switch. I'll
He's
make
like,
this
"Please,
better.
it's okay. We don't have to. Please take it."
When we don't know this until later on, but it's like, you can't fucking switch these.
No.
If you switch, then you're done. You've opted out.
Right.
Anyways, so Rose is like seeing red, not hearing anything.
Yeah.
And when they call her name, it's motherfucking Christian Ozera.
Of course. Of course.
And she's already had a fucking day.
Yeah. She had to wake up to his sex dream.
Right, exactly. Didn't really sleep well. Saw a goat. Like, she's been through it now.
Yeah.
She gets her packet. Sees his picture. His family tree. His dossier of his past.
Yep.
And it goes in on his life. And everyone at this point is supposed to, like, go pack their bag, meet up with their person at lunch. And she's like, absolutely not. Nope,
Yeah, fuck
nope,
this.
Nope.
This is not how this is going.
You obviously made a mistake. I don't know how you fucked this up this bad, but you obviously made a mistake.
We made it pretty obvious for you. We made it pretty easy to do your job.
Hey, do you all remember when we literally left this school together?
We have
are
a bond.
We have a bond? How'd you fuck this up? And so obviously, like, Alberta is like, this is your assignment. Go do your job. Why are you here? And it's not going well for Rose.
No. Because they're like, you know what? Maybe Lissa's a blind spot for you. Maybe, your bond or whatever actually makes it harder for you to actually protect people. Because Lissa may not be the person you're guarding forever, So if you just rely on the bond, you're fucked, and can miss out on real stuff. She's like, God, stop.
Stop that. Stop.
Yeah. Hey, no.
No. And it's like, this is one, maybe you're right, but fuck you.
Right, exactly.
And second of all, don't put me with Christian because he's annoying. We already, first of all, Alberta, you might not know this, but we tried this. We went on a road trip together.
And
3
he
weeks ago.
sucked.
He's annoying. He doesn't know how to compose people. I had to do all the work.
Yeah.
The only good thing that he did is he had money. So we don't work well.
I'm sick of carrying his ass, all right?
It's annoying, is the thing. But then Alberta had she had the fucking audacity to be like, yeah, no, we get it. We understand that you know how to kill Strigoi. Like, you know how to do the, like, whole physical part of this, but maybe, Rose, maybe the part of this that you need to work on is how to have people skills.
Yeah, maybe it's your attitude that's the problem, right?
It's your fucking attitude. You need to learn how to deal with Maroi.
Yeah.
Specifically someone that you haven't dealt with who's been your best friend for years. And she's like, you know what, Alberta?
Yeah.
Like, and finally Dimitri comes up and is like, you need to get out of here.
You need to leave.
Get out.
I want a Real Housewives Vampire Academy edition.
Oh
So
my God.
bad.
Just give me the confession. What I would
Yes.
give. Because there's, like, when she finally leaves and is like, I understand that if I say no to this, I'm opting out. But I want you to know that I'm doing this against my will.
Right.
And Alberta's like, we got it. We
Yeah. Loud and
you
clear.
don't need to say that. And I think, like, what Rose is trying to make clear here, and she's known, unfortunately, for, like, 2 books now, is that, like, what makes it the most frustrating about Christian is that, like, they are so similar.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what's going to make this so annoying.
Yeah. They're just like the same person in different fonts.
Exactly. And that's going to be insufferable for the 2 of them. So, no good.
So fun.
But this is, unlike the first 2 chapters of the other 2 books, we're really starting, like, we've got action
Yeah,
here,
shit's going.
And I'm intrigued. So, good stuff. Good soup.
Good soup indeed.
Good soup. We will be moving on next week to chapters 3 and 4. So if you have not gotten your book yet, this would be a great time to do so.
Hell yeah.
But we have some amazing patrons to thank.
Hell
Would you
yeah.
like to start us off?
Absolutely. Shout out to Katie Black.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Thank you to Kylie Minty.
Pew, 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 pew. Thank you to Alex Dornan.
Ooh. Thank you to Carrie Goldberg.
Bwing, bwing, bwing. Thank you to Mickey Meyer.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Thank you to Rebecca Cullen.
Bwing, bwing, bwing. Thank you to Mulch Gray. Mulch.
Thank you to our unofficial intern, Taylor Brown Town Lautner.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you to Jasmine Anastasia.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Thank you to Cassandra Bomer.
Ooh. Ah. Thank you to Megan Pattinson.
Ooh. Thank you to Cassandra O'Shea.
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 Thank you to Aaron Weber.
Ooh. Thank you to Clara Belikov.
Ooh. Thank you to Katya Karp.
Ooh. Thank you to our newest friend to the family, Hannah. And if it's Hannah, please fucking correct me.
Yes.
Hannah Dragomir.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Thank you to Maddie Facinelli.
Ooh. Thank you to Samara Rinaldi.
Ooh. Thank you to my mom, your mom, all of our moms, Kelly Beck.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Thank you to Sophia Salinger.
Bwing, bwing, bwing. Thank you to Laura Forty.
Ooh. Thank you to Abby Penn.
Ow. Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you to Catherine Hathaway.
Ooh. And last, but certainly not least, thank you to Dan Zeklos.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I have a fan fiction here for you today. This is from the author Painful_Happiness.
Oh God. Are you okay?
I don't know. And it is from, the title of this is Romitri One Shots.
Okay.
And I am going to be reading from the chapter. I mean, these are all different stories in here, but the chapter called An Itchy Surprise.
Okay.
And surprisingly, this features Rose and Dimitri. Okay. I rolled my eyes, but headed towards the stairs anyways. Inside the cabin, I spotted Dimitri, who was talking with a crew member. His back was to me, but his stature and hair were unique, and I could have recognized him anywhere. An idea popped into my head, and I headed towards him as softly as I could, on the tip of my toes. Dimitri was an excellent guardian and had impeccable hearing. If I was walking too loudly, he would turn around. I successfully managed to walk incognito, and I put both of my hands on his eyes like in the movies. I pressed my lips together to repress a laugh that would immediately give me away. The crew member Dimitri was talking to smiled, taking a good guess at who I was, and left to give us some privacy. Dimitri put his hands over mine and laughed. Seriously, Rosa, did you think this would actually work and I wouldn't know this was you? God, how I missed his accent. I laughed. Damn it. Dimitri grabbed my hands and turned around, lacing our fingers together. There was a huge smile on his face, and I smiled back. I missed you so much. He leaned in, and I pressed his lips against mine. Kissing Dimitri was my favorite thing in the world, but there was something different today. Something not as pleasant as usual. Not pleasant at all. I pulled away and studied his face. Then I realized what changed, and my eyes grew wide. What is that? He frowned. What? That hair on your face. He laughed. There's a name for it, you know. It's called a beard. End scene.
Damn.
I love the idea that Rose has no concept of what a beard is.
Yeah, I just no thoughts, no experience.
No thoughts, no experience.
No beard.
Has only been around women, and it's
Yes.
like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Like, sorry, what is this on here?
What is this whole situation?
What's this
that you
demon
have
on your
going
face?
What do you have that's going on here? Well, folks, you have a lot of television recommendations this week.
Yeah.
So catch up, get a book, take care of yourselves.
Yeah.
And until next week, as we say here in the Pacific Northwest,
Get bit.
and get whipped.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Into the Twilight or on TikTok at Into the Twilight Show. You can find me at Cody Corral on Twitter and Allie at Alexandria Does. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Into the Twilight. We have merch, so much stuff. All those links are in the episode description. And make sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast hosting platform. It really helps the show. Thanks. Bye.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.